Jaishankar, I would like to ask in English if you don't mind. So
I don't mind.
Thank you. Explaining India's relationship with Russia earlier this month, you mentioned that the issue is often defined in a way as though there is a handicap for India because of its ties with Russia. Indeed, Western politicians often call Russia diminished and isolated and openly pressure other countries not to trade with Moscow. Why do you think India benefits from its relationship with Russia despite the West's negative reaction? Thank you.
I think I must have been reacting to the manner in which I was asked that particular question. And I know that is not your intent. Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
You have been talked about the importance of the territorial integrity and sovereignty, but you have not come out in terms of criticizing Russia aggression to Ukraine. And people may think that this double standard.
We in India know better than almost any other country because immediately after our independence, we experienced aggression. We experienced an effort to change our boundaries, and even today parts of India are occupied by another country. But we did not see the world respond saying, oh, there's a great principle involved and therefore let us all go with India. I've seen those principles cherry-picked when it suits people and not when it doesn't suit people. What's the point of gathering everybody else and not having Russia in the room?
Can I ask you then, because you mentioned an interesting word here, and I think that, to be fair, this is a reality of whether we in Europe recognize that or not. The word cynicism, that there has been a sort of degree of perhaps even cynicism when it comes to regional conflicts around the world that's not affected directly Europe. So what I'm
use the word realism.
Realism, cynicism, but
It's only Indian money and oil coming to India which funds, but it's not gas coming to Europe which funds. I mean, look, somewhere, let's be a little even-handed. Our countries in Europe and the West and the United States are so concerned. Why don't they allow Iranian oil to come into the market? Why don't they allow Venezuelan oil to come into the market? I mean, they've squeezed every other source of oil we have. And then say, okay, guys, you must not go into the market and get the best deal for your people. I don't think that's a very fair approach. Yes, surely. I mean, I agree, we need, solid, predictable partners. I mean, these are happy marriages when they happen. But I would urge you, to don't have such a mind block about hedging, because you will never get a partner who thinks identical. I mean, this is political advice, not a personal one.
Are you funding this war?
Tell me if buying Russian gas is not funding the war? I mean, why is it's only Indian money and oil coming to India which funds, but it's not gas coming to Europe which funds? I mean, look, somewhere, let's be a little even-handed out here. Countries in Europe and the West and the United States are so concerned. Why don't they allow Iranian oil to come into the market? Why don't they allow Venezuelan oil to come into the market? I mean, they've squeezed every other source of oil we have. And then say, okay, guys, you must not go into the market and get the best deal for your people. I don't think that's a very fair approach. Somewhere Europe has to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
But Pakistan, how long they are going to be at war, number one, and secondly, how about the UN Security Council resolutions on Kashmir? Does India abide by it or not?
You're asking the wrong minister when you say how long will we do this, because it is the ministers of Pakistan who will tell you how long Pakistan intends to practice terrorism. So the cessation of firing and military action was something which was negotiated directly between India and Pakistan. We made one thing very clear to everybody who spoke to us, not just United States, but to everybody, saying, look, if the Pakistanis want to stop firing, they need to tell us. We need to hear it from them. Their general has to call up our general and say this. And that is what
India is occupying Kashmir illegally. Can Narendra Modi use his friendship with Donald Trump to solve out the problem of Kashmir
I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.
Pakistan will respond most decisively to any Indian aggression.
Pakistan's cross-border terrorism policy will never succeed, and it can have no expectation of impunity. On the contrary, actions will certainly have consequences.